What do you like most about house sitting?
What do I like most about it? We've met some incredible people that have done amazing things, and you get this opportunity to have a relaxed, organic
When you say
conversation.
that, it makes like Neil Armstrong.
Yeah.
Did we house sit for somebody that walked on the moon? I mean, what kind of amazing things?
And I like that you get outside your own routines. You're not in a rut. So how did you get into house sitting? Why did you want to try it?
We started traveling, I think in 2012. We sold a house in Florida. We thought we'd go traveling. So we ended up going backpacking for a while, and then we ended up in Seattle. We thought temporarily, but we just stayed there. Worked, enjoyed the city, and then we saved up a little bit more money for traveling. But every year we would reevaluate our situation and try to, get off our butts and get moving again. And then 14 months ago, we decided to do that. But as that date approached, it just seemed like the money that we'd saved up for traveling seemed very inadequate. So I was drawn to house sitting because I thought that was going to be a more economical way to travel. And that's exactly what it's turned out to be. It's turned out to be a lot more because it's also, it's like, I don't know.
Well, wait a second.
It's like gambling. It feels like, you're pulling a lever, and whatever comes up, you win something.
There you go. That's one of the things you like about it, huh?
Yeah. Well, if house sitting is such a great idea, then why aren't more people doing it?
People have been asking us that, and people are doing it all over. There's a bazillion websites now that have really formalized it. You can find some niche sites that you just want to go to New Zealand, you just want to go to Mexico. But it does appear that for a lot of sits, there are a lot of house sitters, potential house sitters, not as many people looking for house sitters on some of these formalized sites.
So it's very competitive?
It is. I think it is. But I think that's where, being a little gray-haired, being former homeowners, being more mature, got some wisdom. We've been around the block. So if
you got wisdom just because you're older, you think that means you got wisdom?
Hey, you get some. So what do you like most about house sitting?
That I get to be with the love of my life and travel around the world. Short and sweet.
Oh, God. Okay. What's the biggest challenge? Being with the love of my life all the time.
Well, it must be great being on vacation all the time.
Like, hey, you're on vacation all the time. It's not the same as a vacation. If you're in a hotel room, you're in an Airbnb, somebody might clean up after you.
So you only think it's a vacation if you don't have to clean up after yourself?
When people have said that, I think it's because I am a recovering type A personality. And so when people are like, it's like you're on vacation all the time, it's like, no, there are responsibilities.
So you think you're getting better?
Yes. So, dude, must be great being on vacation all the time.
It's a lot of responsibility, too. And house sitting is pet sitting. Almost all house sits are pet sits. You have to take care of the home, and you have to take care of the pet. It's not really a vacation. It is an exchange of services. And I think to be successful at it, having that mindset going into it, will make it a better experience. Do you miss having your own home?
I had more of an adjustment than Buck. Before we started house sitting, we had left the Southeast, had gone to Seattle, and we'd gotten rid of a lot of things. Not as much as Buck would like. So that helped me to sort of get in a better mind frame for then when we found out about house sitting. I've had a little bit of an adjustment, but we have family and friends that their space, wherever they're at, and some of them have moved around, that's home too. And so it's not like we don't have our own home base, and yet, I don't miss it nearly as much as I thought I would. What are some of the biggest challenges you've experienced house sitting?
I don't think we really had any major challenges with it because we're so flexible. I mean, our options are so wide open that it hasn't been challenging for us to house sit. That being said, when we were coming across the country, I would have liked to have found a house sit or two during that trip, but we couldn't, because then we had very specific dates and we had more specific locations, so we became less flexible, and that did make it very challenging to find a house sit. In fact, we really couldn't. That made sense financially. Like if you wanted to do a house sit in June of this year and you wanted to do it in South America, I mean, suddenly your pool of potential house sits has really gotten a lot smaller. I could see once we start putting parameters on what we want to do, that's going to be the biggest challenge. For you, what was the biggest adjustment, going from having your own space to house sitting?
I have house sat for family, friends. You know them a little bit better. People you meet through these sites, again, they have been amazing people, but you're just meeting them. And so the first couple of days of a sit, I still have to sort of fight my, okay, did I hear everything they said? What am I respecting the people's home and their pets the way they intended when I don't have as much information as I would for a family or friend? So that, I think, was the biggest adjustment. But we tend to go for longer house sits. But the first couple of days, I can just sort of be adjusting and wanting to make sure that I hear things. That's the biggest adjustment. And so I am not necessarily 100% relaxed. I'm sort of watching everything. How do you feel about not having your own physical home base?
I love not having a home. In fact, I don't know why they call a home when they should call it an anchor.
If the world is perfect, you want to have all your belongings so you can carry them.
Yeah, I don't like to have a lot of stuff. I like to be able to carry everything that I have. If I can't carry it, then it's something that I have to make plans for. Then you get into logistics. I just want to put on my shoes and go.
Do you consider yourself a minimalist?
I'm definitely a minimalist. I've been looking at some minimalism stuff, and I'm like, this isn't minimalism. This is normal. This is average. You call this minimalism?
This is your most excited response as your voice goes up, gets a little angry.
That's because, and the thing is, if you're a minimalist and your partner's not a minimalist, then that's like having a part-time job.
Oh my God.
It's like having a job you got to go to. Having to deal with all of their Anyway. But to answer your question, yes, I am a minimalist.
How would I wrap it up?
Yeah, wrap it up.
We've put up some blogs about house sitting. Of course, there's a lot out there, but we've tried to put it from the perspective of someone older and somebody that maybe your adventurous spirit is not quite so developed. We're going to be adding to our frequently asked questions. So if there's something else that we keep hearing a lot, we'll add to it. So check back every now and again. Will you continue doing it?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like a white elephant. One of those things is like when you get a box and you don't know what's in it. So there's a thrill of opening it up. So, you get to change your locations. You get to go open a new box somewhere else. And, you kind of think you know what it is, but you don't really know what it is until you get there. And, it could be something amazing or it could just be socks. But, at my age, I appreciate socks a lot more than I used to. I remember when I was a kid, I used to hate to get socks for Christmas, but now I think, hey, socks. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Really appreciate it. If you want some more house sitting information, there's a link below. You can go over to slowpoketravel.com. We've got some articles written up over there. And that's it for now. We'll see you in the future. Bye-bye.